Okay, we got that. Now we need a wreath for the front door. And I found this star wreath form from the Dollar Tree. But you know what? I couldn't think of any kind of material I wanted to cover this with that was going to work, because what I want to do is kind of make a star frame to go on the front of a coastal reef. So your girl is going back to elementary school here. We're going to paper mache. It's been a long time since I paper mache'd. Maybe I probably paper mache'd some volcanoes for my son, I'm sure. So just using some white school glue, I think from Dollar Tree. And I just shredded a local newspaper, and we're going to go wild covering this star with paper mache. You know, it was messy, but it was fun, and it turned out really cool. So just like you remember, you just dip the strips in your glue and just start wrapping it around. And this actually, it turned out way better than I could have imagined. And that is just regular school glue. And then I filled the glue bottle back up with water. So it's half school glue, half water to make it runny like that, right? Now I want the front part of my frame to be the prettiest, but I do wrap it all the way around, just for even coverage. Basically, kind of using the wires if I can, but I want like all the points and everything like that and all the shape of it, because I want to do a star sign inside of it. This is just going to be a star frame. So we're going to speed this way up, because it actually did take a little bit of time to put this together for sure. And just like paper mache, you remember growing up, you do have to let it dry too, but man, it turned out really durable in the end. I made it nice and thick because I knew it was going to be outside, and I was a little worried about hanging some paper on my front door, but it actually worked out great. My plan for this wreath is to have a framed star on the front of like a life buoy. So we're going to do like a giant life buoy ring reef with this star dangling down in between it. So we're going to have the coastal, we're going to have the 4th of July, we're going to have all of it. But this is how the star wreath looks with paper mache. I've never seen anybody else do this, so here you go. Now, I did want to cover up the newspaper print because I didn't want you to be able to see the words and pictures and all that kind of stuff. So I just go over the whole thing with some ivory chalk paint to get really good coverage. And I'm even going to do the back just to kind of make it more of a finished product. Going to hang on my front door. I don't want it to look like newspaper. And I thought that would help seal it as well, you know, to try to get away from the fact that it's kind of made out of paper. Then once I get that dry, I'm going to paint it bright red. At first, I had visions of stripes, but I was like, nah, it doesn't need to be red stripes. I just want the whole frame to be bright red. And so I'm using, I think it's called Crimson chalk paint by Waverly, and going all over to give me that bright red star frame that I was looking for. And since this is going on my front door and I want it to be super durable, I do go ahead and paint the back as well to seal in all that paper mache. I go over the front too with another coat, and this is the large wreath form from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to use some burlap ribbon, some blue Easter ribbon, and some brown rope from the Dollar Tree to make this look like a life ring or a life buoy, however you want to say it. It is the 18-inch wreath form. Definitely needs to be that big for all we're going to do. So we're going to kind of combine, I guess, 2 wreath forms together to make a bigger piece. I'm just going to wrap it in burlap using some of that burlap ribbon. Nowadays, they have the rolled burlap at Dollar Tree, which is even wider, which would make this even easier. I use that for the anchor wreath that I have right now on my door. And But this will do the same thing. It's just going to take a little bit more wrapping, a little bit more seams to do it with a skinnier ribbon like this. But just going all the way around till we run out of ribbon. And then we had to start a second package of it to finish it. I just hot glue it to the back and keep wrapping all the way around this reform. I love buying these large reforms from the Dollar Tree. I think they're a great value for $1.25. So now that we have it all wrapped in burlap, I want to make it look like a life ring. So I'm just using some blue ribbon from Dollar Tree, the Easter ribbon, and some Dollar Tree brown rope. I'm securing that to the back and gluing the ribbon over to seal it in. That way it sticks out on the sides like it would on a life ring. So you're going to need 4 pieces of ribbon for this. And this blue is a nice beachy color. I always try to stock up on that every year at Easter because I love it. It's a nice big blue ribbon from the Dollar Tree. Makes some great coastal projects. And kind of looping the, you want the rope to be a little bit larger, kind of stick out the sides to make it look like that life buoy effect. And I do glue it down to the back of the burlap and then glue both pieces of that blue ribbon down. And then we'll just hide like the joint underneath one of those ribbon pieces here at the bottom of this. And just wrap the ribbon over both pieces, and that kind of hides where it starts and stops. Now here's our frame, and this is what I wanted it for. One of those wood star signs from the Crafter Square at Dollar Tree, because I want this sign to say something. And so we're going to make that into a little sign that goes on that, and that's actually going to be its frame. So kind of a creative way to use that star reform, but I like how it turned out. I don't really need a hole in the wood star, so we're just going to start by filling that in with some spackle to get rid of that. And I also have some spray polyacrylic, and so I thought, let's try to add a little bit more polyacrylic to this so that it holds up. I was still kind of worried about the paper mache, but after I sealed it with the spray polyacrylic, you could also use the brush on. I think it was really durable. Now for the star sign, I'm going to paint it that beautiful agave chalk paint by Waverly. And this is the same color that we used on, like the USA for the sign that's going to be out front next to this reef. So it's all going to go together with the red and this beachy color of blue. The agave instead of like a traditional blue that you would have like on a flag, which would be more of a navy, I guess. And I do go over it with a couple of coats to make sure I have really good coverage there on the front of that sign. And I want it to be sealed as well, so I go over it with some spray polyacrylic as well, because I want it to be durable. Next, I measured my star and I went to my Cricut because we're just going to make a stencil. I'm going to use a little stencil vinyl and cut out a fun design to go on the front. And just going to weed this and you'll see the design. I don't know if I still have this design. You didn't used to be able to save these very well in Cricut. If I can find it, I will link it in the description below. But basically, it just says, "Oh, my stars," and it has some stars around it. I think it's really sweet. I'm going to use my favorite paper transfer paper that I get on Amazon. And we're going to put that on the front here so we can do a little hand-painted sign for the front of our wreath. And I love that saying, "Oh, my stars." I think it's perfect for the 4th of July. Making sure I got my stencil vinyl down really good. This was actually Cricut stencil vinyl. I actually use a cheaper version of this now that I get on Amazon too. All of that's linked under my Cricut supplies in my Amazon shop. But I think it works even better than the Cricut, and it's definitely way more inexpensive. So the first thing I do is go over it with the original color because I didn't want any bleeding on this project. And that's going to kind of seal my stencil down. Any bleeding is going to be blue, right? So I go over my stencil with my heat gun and then go back, and I'm just using the little stencil daubers from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just using ivory chalk paint all over to make the hand-painted sign on top of my stencil. And hand-painted, definitely the way to go if it's going to be something that is outside as well, as opposed to using any kind of vinyl on there. And I had to go over it with a couple coats to make sure it was nice and bright. And let's see how this stencil turned out. It did a really good job. The trick of using the original color, it does work. I don't often use it, but if it's something important like this, I will definitely try to give it a go. And I think that's really super cute. I do go in with my white paint pen and touch up any areas that might need it, but otherwise I think it turned out pretty good. I also want to give it a slight ivory distress all over to give it that coastal farmhouse vibe that I like. Not too much, and just wipe off the excess with a baby wipe just to give it some character, but I don't want to mess up my stencil on there, so I'm being kind of careful. And then I'm also going to distress my red star with some ivory. It's so sealed in, I think it was pretty easy to distress it at this point. And that's how it all looks together. I wanted a little bit more distressing just to kind of make it look older. So I did distress it with a little bit of antique wax by Waverly too. Just again to add a little bit of character to everything. Not too much, just a little around the edges here. And just like the white, I just wipe off the excess with a baby wipe. Okay, let's put this wreath together. As you can see, the star fits really well right here on the front. And I think I'm just going to use the little star tips, all 5, touch the wreath underneath, which was my coastal life buoy wreath. But this is going to be the 4th of July element to this. So I just used hot glue to attach it to the fabric. I know I don't like to use hot glue outside, but it really seemed to work well for this project. My front door is a little bit more protected than some other areas of my porch, and I just make sure it's all good and hot glued to the burlap. Then we just need, I didn't really like that the rope for the sides of the buoy were a little floppier than I would like. So I was trying to think of a way that I can make them a little bit sturdier. So I'm just going to use some of that wired jute from Dollar Tree and just wrap that around them. That's going to give them a wired effect where I can make them kind of stand exactly the way I want them. But the wire jute kind of blends in with the rope because it's like the same color and everything. So I do that on both sides here just to make them stick out kind of like I want. Otherwise, they were kind of all over the place, if you know what I mean. And the top hoop we can just use for a hanger, and the bottom will naturally hang down. So I think that's okay. Now we can put our wood sign here on its frame. And I use hot glue again to attach that to our little star that we made out of paper mache. There were several steps in this process for sure, but I think it turned out really cute. And this is how it looks hanging on my front door.
And it was a little labor intensive to make that paper mache star, but it turned out so cute. And anytime I can make like a life buoy wreath, I'm definitely going to do it. They're so fun. This one's nice and large and looks great on my front door for the 4th of July.